Rangers win, baby, 5-3 over the Carolina Hurricanes. And this game was definitely not pretty by any stretch of the imagination, but the Rangers end the Carolina Hurricanes 17-game point streak, and they as well pick up the 2 points. And this was definitely a big game for the Rangers in terms of them needing the points and them needing to make a statement to get ahead in the standings a little bit more. But again, I'm not satisfied with the win overall when it comes to the way that they played this game. I thought they got outworked. I thought they got outplayed pretty much the entire game. And it is what it is. We're just lucky that there was a couple of just good bounces that went the Rangers' way tonight. And that's kind of just the way things went. And sometimes you get puck luck, sometimes you don't. And tonight, again, one of the nights where they did. Before we jump into it, though, be sure to leave a like on the video if you do enjoy. Subscribe if you guys are new, especially if you're Ranger fans, and turn on your notifications so you know when I upload a video next. We cover every game here on the channel. And it is late here as I'm recording this. I am dead tired, but we're still going to get through this just a little bit quicker probably tonight. But let's talk about it. I was at the game, so we're going to just be going a little bit faster, like I said. So we're going to be going goal by goal versus kind of just the in-depth reaction. So the first goal of the game comes from Brent Burns from Paul Stastny and Jacob Slavin. This goal was a little bit of a weird one where, again, a bounce where Jacob Trouba was failing to clear the puck from in front of the net, and it kind of just somehow gets in the back of the net from a little bit of a bounce. And unfortunate, but that's the way that the Canes get on the board first. And there was like a Lafreniere breakaway opportunity at some point before that, I think. But the Rangers just didn't get any good early chances. It took them until late in the period when Jacob Trouba on the power play ended up scoring. Sebastian Aho took that penalty. And Jacob Trouba scored from Kravtsov and Hedl. This one was another one that bounced off of a Carolina Hurricane player. I think it bounced off of Chatfield, if I'm not mistaken. And in. And yeah, that made it a 1-1 game. But it wouldn't be too long after that the Carolina Hurricanes tie on a beautiful goal sequence there by the Canes. Beautiful little passing play there from Stastny, and then Svechnikov hits Marty Necas over on the side, and he ends up burying that one home. Jacob Trouba fails to play good defense there. Jacob Trouba had a rough night. We'll talk further about that, but that was right after the goal, and that was the end of the first period. They got outshot 9-6, a low shot period there for both sides. But let's talk about the second period where there was just a mountain of penalties, and it was pretty much a special teams game. And the Rangers actually looked a lot better, though, in the second period. That is for sure. They started off, though, by taking an early penalty. Vincent Trocheck took a cross-checking penalty. Then Brent Burns ended up taking a holding, and Kreider also went off for tripping, so that made it a 4-on-3. Then we had a 4-on-4 for a bit. Nothing happened from there. And then there was a penalty on Chatfield. And the Rangers power play, this one I don't remember exactly what happened on. There was one power play, though, they looked awful on. I think it was the last power play of the game that they got, if I'm not mistaken, where they looked awful. They looked awful on that last power play, I think. But, yeah, then Keandre Miller takes a penalty for tripping. But the Rangers would score towards the later part of the period yet again, as this was another penalty from Brent Burns, a hooking penalty, and Mika Zibanejad would end up scoring on the power play to tie things at 2. And I forgot even how this play developed. I really don't even remember. But regardless, Mika Zibanejad gets another power play goal. Nothing new there from him. And then Chatfield would tie it up would give the Canes the lead not too long after that to make it a 3-2 game. And yeah, that one's from Tara Vinen. I think that one was another bounce there. Yet again, it was the night of bounces. And that was pretty much it. They outshot the Canes 11-7 in the second period. Third period rolls along, and the Rangers didn't look awful in the third period either, as they score early. Artemi Panarin just throws a kind of a weird shot on goal that ends up getting by Kochetkov somehow. That one was from Lindgren and Fox. So that was 36 seconds in. Looking good there. And the Rangers would score a little bit again later on, as they end up getting a beautiful deflection goal from Keandre Miller. Mika throws one on goal from the point, and Keandre Miller from the middle of the slot there ends up tipping it in. Kakko also gets the assist. And then the empty net goal there from Phil Pedal and Keandre Miller and Trouba with the assist on that. Rangers end up winning the game 5-3. They outshot the Canes 14-7 in the third period. Outshot them in the game 31-23, which it doesn't feel that way considering how dominated it felt like the Rangers were getting. I wasn't impressed really with the way that they played this game, if I'm being totally honest with you guys. And yeah, face-off percentage 53-47 in favor of the Rangers. And power play went 3 for 5 for the Canes, 0 for 3. So the penalty kill looked pretty good. That one penalty kill that they got late in the game, that was fun. The crowd was electric there when they killed that penalty that Panarin took. Crowd was electric. The Garden was great tonight, that is for sure. Not a doubt there. Hits were 17-14 in favor of the Rangers. Block shots 12-13 in favor of the Rangers. Giveaways 11 for the Canes. Yeah, 18 for the Rangers. That doesn't surprise me. The Canes played with a lot of pressure, and it definitely got to the Rangers a lot with those turnovers. In terms of how each line played, the first line was definitely the best line yet again tonight. Kreider, Zibanejad, and Kakko all looked good yet again. Kakko looks better and better as each game is going on, and I'm liking his play more and more as the games are going on. Definitely a good game from Kakko yet again. And then Zibanejad, a little bit of a down game from him. Wasn't shooting the puck as much and definitely turned the puck over, but still not an awful game from him. And then same goes for Kreider. Not a bad game from him either. Pretty satisfied with that entire first line. Not going to talk too much about them. Second line, a little 50-50 on Panarin, Trocheck, and Kravtsov. There were some good shifts that they had in the offensive zone. Some shifts where they were just completely unnoticeable throughout the entire night, and they were pinned in the defensive zone. I thought Trocheck had a pretty up and down game. There were times where it looked like he still was playing on the Carolina Hurricanes, and then there was times where he looked good out there on the ice. So definitely a weird game for Vinny Trocheck, but not necessarily an awful one. Panarin had a pretty good game, though. I was pretty happy with Panarin's game for the most part. And yeah, Kravtsov too. He's looking better as each game is going on as well. So very happy there. The third line had a little bit of a change in the game. You ended up seeing Phil Pedal get demoted to the fourth line. So it was Laffy with, I think it was Goudreau and VC, which that line was okay. I didn't really notice Laffy that much out there tonight. Didn't think he was a great factor or anything. He wasn't a big factor in the win. Not really a fan of his game tonight. Barclay Goudreau was pretty good tonight. 80% the faceoff dot, which I like to see. He had an okay game. So, yeah, that's all I have to say there. And then Jimmy Vesey had a pretty good game defensively, though. I'll say defensively he had a good game. There were times on the penalty kill where he looked absolutely hungry. He was getting some scoring opportunities even on the penalty kill. He looked great there, shorthanded. But 5-on-5, and also when it comes to the offensive side, things definitely wasn't too great. And then the fourth line was okay tonight. I liked Gauthier's game. Gauthier looked pretty good tonight. And I like the way he forechecks a lot. He only got 6 minutes tonight, which is just a disgrace. He deserved way more ice time. I thought he was good tonight. And then when it comes to the last two, Hedl and who am I forgetting? Blais. Hedl and Blais. Hedl had a down game. He definitely deserved the demotion that he got, but man, if he's going to be a healthy scratch next game, that's going to be interesting because I thought he's been playing good and this was just a down game. And it's still weird. He ends up getting 2 points on the night, so it is what it is there. And then Sammy Blais had a okay night. He didn't even really play that much either, so not much to say. That entire fourth line got like no ice time tonight, so there you go. And then for the defense, I thought Fox had a pretty good game. Fox had a really good game, actually. I don't know what I'm saying. He had some beautiful moves there to break out of the offensive zone, or break out of the defensive zone, rather. He had some beautiful plays tonight, and yeah, I loved Adam Fox's game. Loved Ryan Lindgren's game. When it comes to Miller and Trouba, Miller had a pretty good game. Trouba, not so much. I didn't really like Trouba's game at all. I thought that he was definitely brutal tonight for most of it. Keandre Miller, a little bit goes for him as well. There were some rough plays from both of them, but I'd say Keandre Miller had a better game than Trouba, that is for sure. And then when it comes to Schneider and Harper, Schneider looked good tonight. Harper looked good tonight. No complaints with that deep pair. And then Igor looked pretty okay. tonight, made the saves that he had to. And unfortunately for him, some unlucky bounces are the reason that Carolina ended up getting more goals and tanking his save percentage. But let's go to Twitter. I'm sorry that I'm going quick through this. I just want to wrap this up as quick as possible. New York South 24 says, what a win. I don't know if I'd say what a win. I think that there's definitely some question marks with this game, and there's a lot to be alarmed about. This definitely wasn't a perfect game, but it was definitely important for them to pick up the 2 points, so I will say that. And then Kazoo says, not the Rangers' best game, but this is the no-quit Rangers we know and love. Also, I know the way Panarin plays, turnovers are to be expected, but I feel as if the volumes of turnovers is very high from him. I thought the volume of turnovers were less tonight. I didn't notice him turning the puck over as much tonight. But yeah, this was definitely the no-quit Rangers, and this reminded me of the Islander game that they played recently, where it was back and forth. But it was a little bit better this game, I think. I think they looked a bit better at times in this one than that Islander game. And yeah, definitely not the best game, though, for sure. But we'll take the 2 points. We'll move on. Denise says, it's great to see how we managed to completely turn it around the third period. I just hope they can put this effort in every game. My man Key getting it done with the game-winning goal with the cherry on top. Despite the win, I still don't like how Gallant benched Keedle for that one mistake on that Carolina goal, yet Trouba continues to see the ice. Despite him being on the ice for all 3 Canes goals, it's pretty clear that Gallant plays favoritism. Well, yeah, Gallant runs a meritocracy, like Michael says in the comments all the time. That's pretty much what it is. And yeah, I didn't like that either. I didn't think Keedle should have got benched, and I think that Trouba should have, considering you're right. He was on the ice for all 3 goals, and he was a factor in all 3 goals, you could argue. So, yeah, I completely agree with you there. And for the third period, yeah, hopefully they can continue to build on that, because that's what we need. Because that is what we need. We need efforts like that from them for a full 60 and on a consistent basis. That is for sure. And then Matthew said, I felt like Carolina was a faster team for at least the first half of this game, but overall glad we got the win. Definitely could be a momentum builder, and you got to be proud. They beat a great team. Completely agree with that comment. I don't have any disagreement there. Happy that they got the win. They got to build momentum off of this, but they also got to be better, because there were things to not like. You can't play how you did in the first half of the game. You can't. And then you also said, I'm just going to say Carolina is an absolute unit. I mean, the Rangers have played a lot of good teams this year, but none of them has looked as fast and as hungry. If it wasn't for the bounces in the first 2 periods, the Rangers would most likely lose that game. Very happy about the win, and glad we got comeback in the third and another streak. Power play got multiple weird goals, another game, and more terrible play from Trouba, even with the goal and the assist. The Rangers missed bounce and puck luck from all year added to one game. Completely agree with everything you're saying. I mean, I can't even say anything else. You've nailed it on the head with your entire thread here of comments. Yeah. Carolina, definitely a great team, and maybe we see them in the playoffs again. And they definitely are a fast team. They're a tough team to face. This was not a stress-free game at all. And yeah, power play got some weird goals. Would like for them to be better 5-on-5. And yeah, Trouba was not good tonight. So you nailed it there. I can't really disagree with anything that you commented. I really can't. But let me know in the comments, speaking of comments, what you guys think of this game. I'd love to hear from you guys. Thank you guys so much for watching this one. If you did enjoy, remember to leave a like, subscribe if you guys are new, especially if you're Ranger fans, and turn on your notifications so you know when I upload a video next. I'll see you guys in the next one. Let's go Rangers.